So here is the latest sneaker news, and the first one up is this Nike SB Dunk Low Wizard of Oz Alternative Edition. And obviously these were released already, but it just so happens that someone managed to cop these from Blue Tile, which is a skate shop in the US. And if you follow David Blue Tile on YouTube, subscribe to his channel, because on there he released a video on the 23rd, I believe, and just basically someone pulled a Dunk Wizard of Oz alternative version, which has got this ruby red slipper vibe to it. And yeah, just a very cool sneaker, just for the fact that, you know, that I suppose the limitedness of it, and you know, all the other ones have like the dull red color, so it means like, you know, you didn't get the, you know, this particular version. So yeah, just that in general, it's just a really cool thing to do. And obviously they were, you know, put in as blind bags, so you know, you would have managed to sort of got one, which is, you know, I think limited to maybe about 50 of them. So yeah, it's one of those ones where it was sort of under the radar for quite a while, which is a good thing, and I kind of like that, and it's just a nice surprise to see. Obviously, if these released originally, then, you know, I'd probably be potentially after them, even if they were GR, because this colorway in general just looks a lot nicer and a lot more kind of, you know, SB Dunk vibes versus the one that we actually got. And also on the 14th of February, we got the Air Jordan 1 85 Bread, and there's some better looks for this one. And the storytelling behind it from Jordan Brand, you know, obviously they've kind of retooled it, re-engineered it, and it's much closer to the original 85 version. The bad news for this is, from what we've seen and what's been communicated, is that there's 10,000 units of this particular sneaker, and which makes it really limited. And I think obviously I'm annoyed with that, and I kind of expected that as well, because this year was the fact that, you know, Jordan Brand were going to make a lot of things limited. And if I'm honest, like last year there was a few 85 highs that released, and they all sat, and some of them going sort of heavily under retail, so I can understand from that perspective as well. But with this particular bread version, maybe the stock should have been higher, because I think a lot more people are after this particular colorway, and it's obviously iconic and, you know, and synonymous with Michael Jordan. But you know, obviously it's one of those things where I'm not paying, you know, a resale for these, and the $250 is still a lot of money for them anyway. And you know, so for me, like, if I don't get them for retail, I'm not gonna, you know, be sad about it. It's just one of those things. But maybe it won't be limited to 10,000, and maybe there might be some more out there. But obviously, this being 85 high cut, usually they don't have massive amounts of numbers on these. So all in all, just one of those things that I kind of, you know, was undecided on sort of grabbing them anyway, because I just felt like it was quite a high price tag, and this kind of sort of seals the deal. I'll still probably go for them on retail in raffles, but I don't expect to sort of cop these at all. And just in general, I think, you know, if you do want to go for them, obviously, you know, I just don't think any trainers are worth paying a high resale value unless you really want it. But you know, I'd quite happily wait for sort of some low versions to come out, because I tend to wear lows a lot more anyway. And also in February, we got a better look at the Nike SB Dunk Low Tourmaline, and this is based on the Black History Month, and it's also to do with Black Cowboys. So all in all, just from, you know, I mentioned these I think last week, and just a really cool silhouette. Looks really funky. I'm not sure if I'd be going for them, but I do like, you know, I suppose the storytelling, and just the wacky colorway really, and it's not sort of half-assed, it's actually done really well. And also in spring 2025, we've got the Nike Air Foamposite 1 in black and Volt, and yeah, the colorway is nice, it's a bit dark, you know, kind of thing, and Volt obviously goes well with black, but just not something that I'd be interested in. I think if I was to, you know, grab a pair of Foamposites, let's say, I kind of like the black ones, and I just sold my white version that I had because I just wasn't going to be sort of wearing them, so I tried to sort of move on sneakers that I'm not wearing. And also in spring 2025, I've got the Adidas Mega Ghost Ride. So obviously Nike Shocks are not like had a massive wave, but they seem to be popular, especially here in UK and EU, and some of the ones, you know, the models are sort of selling out sort of eventually. And I think obviously Adidas did release these Mega rides at, I think, around about the same time as the Shocks. I can't remember if they came out before or after, but in general, I just don't think they're as nice as looking as Shocks. But at the end of the day, you know, they are that kind of that same sort of vibe. And also in spring 2025, we've got the Hoka Speed Loafer. Expect to see a lot more loafers this year, I think, from different brands. And this one's just kind of made it almost like a runner vibe. You know, it's got that kind of boat kind of look to it, and obviously it would be good for, I suppose, walking. But in general, it's, you know, it's just not vibing with me, in all honesty. It's just one of those ones where, even with the tassels, it's, I don't know, you know, for what use you'd actually wear these in all honesty. And also in spring 2025, we've got the Action Bronson New Balance 990 V6, and this is now referred to as the Amazonia colorway. And I actually think they look nice. I don't think they're as nice as the other two pairs that released, the Lapis Lazuli and also the Baklava pair. So, but you know, they're still nice, but not like something that I'm kind of itching to grab. And also in May 2025, we've got the Air Jordan 4 White Cement. And again, this is another sort of better look, and it's using the new Jordan 4 shape, which I'm happy about. And this one might also be slightly limited on, you know, it'll still be kind of widely available, but don't expect it to be, you know, like how Jordan 4s have been in the past. Maybe the same as sort of the black and white Jordan 4 numbers, that kind of stuff, really. So they will sell out, and I think maybe, you know, a lot of people will have a good chance of getting them, but I don't think it'll be as widely available and, you know, sitting on shelves, in my opinion. And same goes for the Air Jordan 5 OG Grape, because of the fact that Jordan 5s aren't that popular, and maybe this year it might change because there seems to be so many releasing that it has like an outside chance of becoming the most popular Jordan silhouette for a while. But this one, you know, the Grape colorway is nice. I'm just not too much of a fan of Jordan 5s in general. So, but you know, look, this is still iconic colorway. And also on the 7th of August, we've got the Nike Kobe 9 Elite Masterpiece. And this is just one of those, you know, performance trainers, really. I don't know what else to say. It's not something that I'll be grabbing myself, but obviously if you're a Kobe fan, you'll probably be after these. And also in summer 2025, we've got the Air Jordan 4 RM Fire Red. And I kind of like that they're taking doing takedown colorways for this particular model, and I'm a fan of this, you know, Jordan 4 RM, more so the Nigel Sylvester one, because I kind of like the extra lace loophole. Just makes the sneaker look a lot more sleeker. It's a small thing, but I think it makes quite a big difference to me anyway, you know, when you're sort of looking at silhouette from the side on. But overall, you know, it's still a cool looking colorway and quite sort of neutral. And then this is the Laquan Smith Puma Speedcat High, and this one looks like almost like a basketball sneaker, or a, you know, boxing sneaker. And obviously the Puma Speedcat was inspired by motorsports, and I've reviewed the low versions on my channel, or a couple of pairs anyway. And you know, this one is cool looking, but it's not something that you could wear sort of, you know, normally, I suppose, unless you're sort of into boots. And also in summer 2025, got the Adidas, I think it's pronounced Mulali, low, and they're kind of sort of saying this looks similar to the Fear of God rivalry lows. And you know, it feels like a takedown of that model. I'm not sure, you know, why Adidas do those types of things where they're kind of taking a design aesthetic and giving it a sort of cheaper price point. But you know, they look average at the end of the day. I don't think, you know, they kind of have the same vibe as a Fear of God sneaker. And also in summer 2025, we've got the Nike Pegasus Premium, and this one I actually really like the silhouette, and because it's just got that funky air zoom unit, you know, running through the midsole, it just looks really cool. And you know, I'd like to try a pair of these. You know, I'd probably have them more for casual rather than sort of performance, but just depends on how squishy they are, because I don't really like wearing really sort of squishy soft sneakers for everyday use. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Nike Air Force 1 Low in Flyknit Lightbone, and I actually don't mind the Flyknit stuff. I think it's pretty cool, and on this Air Force 1 it's got that different sort of vibe to it, but pretty cool, and not too bad. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Adidas Adi Mule Rust Orange, and this is basically a take on a Birkenstock, really. And it seems you know, Adidas are going hard in on their mules, and again, this one I think will be pretty popular by the looks of it. And it looks like, again, with the Birkenstock clogs, it's using a cork midsole. And also in summer 2025, I've got the J-Tips Saucony Grid Jazz 9, and this is you know, another sneaker that is released by J-Tips and Saucony. I think this particular one, I think out of the 3 or 4 that have been released so far, this is probably the nicest colorway from my perspective. Would I be grabbing these? Probably not, but you know, I do appreciate them from afar. And also in summer 2025, I've got the Adidas Fear of God Athletics Trainer in Night Brown. This is, you know, from Fear of God, and also I don't know if this is a collab with Adidas, but I've kind of put it in there for now. I'm not sure, but it looks nice, and I think they're pretty cool. If they do release as a collab, then obviously they'll be at the cheaper price. But if they release just a Fear of God trainer, then expect them to be sort of £500-400. And also in summer 2025, got the Infinite Archives Air Jordan 17 Low. This is the first looks, and I think it was revealed at Paris Fashion Week. And you know, they look nice. I'm not the biggest fan of Jordan 17s, but I think they've done good with the colourway. And also to be confirmed, we've got the Joe Freshgoods New Balance 992 aged well. And again, these look nice, and I've not had a pair of 992s before, so I'll be after a pair. But I don't know if I want to pay the £220 or $220 for a pair. It just seems quite high for a runner, and I'll sort of see. I'm sure they'll probably release other 992s, more sort of general colorways from what I understand, so I'll probably hold out and see if I can grab something on sale. And also to be confirmed, we've got the New Balance 1906R, and this is in the white and basically grey colorway, and then there's also a black and navy pair, and it's using, I think, fused overlays similar to the other New Balances that I've released, such as the Climb As You Love and also the Action Bronson Rosewater. So it's not, as far as I can sort of see, it's not using leather panels, but there might just be sort of TPU overlays. But it's pretty cool. It looks nice. And also to confirm, we've got the Nike Air Trainer Huarache in triple black, and this looks very similar to the Cortez one, but out of the two I still prefer the Cortez one with the furry material on it. Actually, I think that one, it's got a really nice look to it, but obviously you can't go wrong with a pair of these. And also to be confirmed, we've got the Nike React X Rejuvenate. This is a pair that's in the smoke grey colourway, and because it's using React X foam, I'm sure it'll be sort of quite nice and comfortable on foot, so definitely worth checking out, I suppose. But I'm just not a fan of the way they look on feet, because they do look like very sort of clog-like, which is, I suppose what they are. But I like, sort of shoes that have more pointy sort of look to them. And also to be confirmed, we've got the Salehi Bembury New Balance 1500 Dusty Blue. A nice colourway, and the 1500 model, I don't find it the most comfortable, but I do like the looks of them. And so this one, I think, being just brown and predominantly blue colour is quite nice. And also to be confirmed, we've got the Adidas Jellyfish, and this is the Pharrell Williams collab. I think with this one, it's nice, and the silhouette looks really, really nice. I'm just not a fan of like big chunky sneakers, so that's the reason why maybe I wouldn't grab them. But it's just the way they look on my feet. I just feel like big sneakers don't suit me. But anyway, it's still a cool looking silhouette though.